Welcome, everybody. Welcome to What's Your Story, where we bring you testimonies of how people were before Jesus and how their lives have been transformed after Jesus. And today we have our very own special guest, Pastor George, who has a powerful testimony. So listen, stay tuned, and welcome. Welcome very much.
Thank you, my sister.
Yes.
Yes, Pastor George, as you've heard, brought up in a family of six, three brothers, three sisters. And we were born twins, me and my brother. Unfortunately, he's not alive, he died. Yeah, and I was brought up with the parents who claim to be Christians. But what I can say, there's no single day I saw them going to church. But they used to encourage us to go to church. But there's no day that I ever saw them going to church. So that's how we were brought up. In primary school, I went together with my twin brother from class 1, class 8, then proceeded to secondary. Secondary, we didn't go to the same school. Now in Form 2, when we were in Form 2, that's when now I realized my brother also had started involving himself in taking over alcohols and drugs. But me, I was very innocent, I didn't know. So as we continued, when now I reached Form 3, that's where also I was initiated in the drugs. Yes. So all I can say, the first drug to take was marijuana, bang. I was introduced by a friend. I remember the first day we were staying in Sili section 3, and there was this friend of mine, we used to call him OT. So one day we were with him and we went behind where we were staying, the building where we were staying, and I saw him removing something that's like a cigarette. I'd never seen a bang, so I thought it was just a cigarette. So when he removed it, akayakisha, then the way ilikuwa inawaka,
ilikuwa tofauti.
I realized this is not a normal cigarette. Then when he was smoking it, alikuwa anacheka. Then somehow I was scared, and he told me, no, don't be scared. Can you try kidogo? I told him, no, I can't, I don't want. I can't, no, just kidogo too. So yeah, so he gave me, piga puff moja, I coughed. Then he laughed at me. Akaniambia, no, haijaingia. You do it again. So I took a puff again. I coughed until iliingia. So I gave it back to him, and he alivuta kamaliza. So after that, things began to happen, things began to change. Wherever I was, nikaanza kuona, like when I'm opening my mouth, mdomo inapanuka, inakuwa kubwa. So I was wondering, nini inafanyika? Alafu the floor where I was standing, nilikuwa naona hiyo floor ni kama imekaa hivi. So even walking was a problem. So to cut the story short, we came out of that place. Now I went to the house in the evening, my eyes were very red, and I was staggering somehow. And when I entered the house, I found my mom was cooking. So I went straight into the bedroom. So nikakaa pale. Then a few minutes, my sister came, told me, George, supper is ready. So I went to the dining table, and I nilifanya vituko because when I was at the dining table, when I could look at my father, he was also looking at me. It's like with question mark. Yeah, he was suspecting this guy is not. There's something.
Okay, there's something wrong.
Yeah, something wrong with this man. So. Ilikuwa vituko, so when I'm trying to, in fact that day we were eating ugali. So nikichukua ile ugali, nikishika, nikitupa kwa mdomo, it's like inaanguka kwa tangi ingine kubwa, inaanguka huko ndani. So I was worried, and now my father is looking at me and is wondering. So nikakula haraka, then nikakimbia kwa bedroom. I went to the bathroom, nikafungua shower, nikaosha kichwa. I thought maybe nikiosha kichwa itaisha. Yeah, but haikuisha. So me, I just came out of the bathroom, I went and I slept until the following day in the morning. So my dad the following day alikuwa ananiuliza, what was wrong with you yesterday? And nijaribu kumwambia, no, I was okay. So that's how I was introduced to the first drug, that is marijuana. And from there now I graduated, and I reached a point I could go myself and buy and smoke, and I continue like that. Now I was in one of the schools in Form 3 here in Nairobi. So there's a school that tulikuwa tunaenda pale, we could climb juu, ilikuwa na gorofa hiyo shule, so tulikuwa tunapanda huko juu, and we smoke with the other boys students when we are up there. So and imagine we could go down, tunaangalia vile shule movement, how things are going, na sisi tuko kule tuna smoke. So I was one day I smoked, I took a lot of alcohol, and I was in uniform, and I came back in the afternoon in the school. Now I was staggering. So the head teacher akansimamisha, and the head teacher hakufurahia kabisa, akasema from today I'm expelling you from the school, and that's how I was expelled. I was in Form 3, I was expelled. So I went back home. My dad was not happy, so kwa sababu ile upendo uzazi akanitafutia shule ingine, those sides of Western, nikaendelea kule nikamaliza. So when I came out of school, sasa ndio nilianza hii life kabisa. I began now enjoying this life. I thought now sasa maisha imeanza, Yeah.
So how when you're indulging in drugs now,
yes.
How was now life hiyo maisha ya drugs? Pelekaje?
Hiyo maisha ya drugs, the devil is a liar. When you are taking drugs, you feel you are okay, you are good, you feel like wewe uko juu, wengine wako chini, you feel like you know it all, yeah. You feel like wewe ndio mtu wa maana. So that kind of life was not good actually, because even my relationship between me and my parents ilikuwa na shida, because many of the times I could come back in the evening, niko drunk kabisa, my dad anakasirika sometimes, and then he chases me away. I go and sleep outside, and I come the following day. So I can say that life was not good. That relationship between me and my parents, even my siblings, it was not good. So I continued with that kind of life.
And how are you getting money to finance this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now how we were getting money, we used to, now there's a group of boys in the estate, yeah. Now we used to go out at night, and we used to mug people. Yeah, we used to mug people. Personally, me, I used to work with a knife. Nilikuwa naekanga hapa kwa mfuko. So when I meet with you, is either you give me what I want, or
unaenda.
But I thank God sikuwa idunga mtu kisu, I never. So but I used to walk with it. Yeah, I used to walk with it. For example, I can remember there was a day here in Buruburu, along, where we have Buruburu High School. Yeah, Buruburu High School. Sonko Road, yeah, the Sonko Road. There's a day I was alone, and I was very drunk. And then as I was going through UNG, I wanted to go to those sides of Jericho. Then I saw 3 ladies and a man. They were walking, and the ladies were carrying handbags, and these handbags zinaonekana vitu zina pesa, So I just came, I followed them behind, and wakati niliwafikia, I came between this man and a woman, alafu nikaangalia this woman, and nikashika hiyo kibeti yake tu mara moja, na nikatoa ile kisu na nikakata. So and I ran away. They tried to scream, but nilikimbia nikata. Then nikasikia mafirimbi zinapigwa, the security guys walikuwa na blow the whistles. Mimi nikimbia nikatokea the other side. Yeah, the other side. In fact, I fell down. Hata nina alama hapa, if you can see. I fell down na nikaumia hapa, nikatoboka kabisa. So when I went out, the other side, nikakuta that kufungua that kibeti, it had a lot of money, dollars, thousands were inside that money. But let me tell you, pesa ikunisaidia. It never helped me.
Ilisha haraka.
Ilisha haraka. Hata sisi kuambia pesa ilienda wapi. So I graduated from marijuana. I began taking easy alcohols. I began taking wines and spirits. I began taking now easy tablets, these madawa kulevya. So I used tap, the tap. So I used to take, like I could go, and there's a place we used to buy up Uhuru, and also in Kibera slums. So we could go, there's a guy who used to sell up Uhuru, and we could go, in fact, this man, may I tell you, God is good. Yani unaingia kwa ile hao, and this guy ameweka mkeka kama hii, a carpet like this. So ameweka bangi pale, ameweka cigarettes, ameweka miraa pale, variety. Now it depends with your pocket. So ukiwa uko sawa unaanzia pale from marijuana hivyo mpaka unamalizia. So it depends with your pocket. So we used to purchase from him. So you could take hizo tap like 30 of them na mess at once together with alcohol. Yeah, with alcohol. Then I smoke the bang hapo. Nikitoka, I'm not myself.
And let me ask, the reason why you were indulging with the alcohol, was it because of the stealing? Were you trying to escape something, or what was leading you to that?
I think it was influence. Because of the peer pressure, let me say, because of the friends I was having, they were doing those things. So when I joined them, I had no choice, but I found myself doing the same thing. Yes, but I cannot say it's because of any other thing. It's peer pressure. Peer pressure.
And what with the drinking and the stealing and all this, what was the turning point? What was the point that made you turn?
Now I can remember now in December, the month of April 1995.
Okay.
Yes, I woke up in the morning. As usual, I was staying with my parents. I woke up in the morning, took tea, and I had money that day. And you know, those days nilikuwa unavaa yani, but I used to have rastas. Niliweka dreadlocks hizo zilikuwa. So I used to say rastas ndio wanaenda hivi. I was going to say rasta man. Yeah. So I woke up in the morning, took tea, and I went. Nikamwambia mom, dad, bye. Mimi nimetoka. So I went. The first place I went, the first station was mahali pa bangi, kunauzwa bangi. So I bought marijuana, your roll, and I smoked one man alone. I smoked it. From there, I bought a packet of cigarette. Kwanza those days kuna vutanga inaitwa Embassy Kings. Embassy Kings. Sasa nimeiweka hapa. No, and the way I was putting on, nilikuwa navaga masafari boots zile zinafika hapa na jeans yenye imekatika hizi rugged. The rugged. You can imagine, see the kind of the picture. So Embassy Kings nimeka hapa. The next station was kwa miraa. Kuna jamaa wanaitanga Vite, we call them Vite. So they sell miraa, so I went, I bought a kilo of miraa. Na nikaweka hapa. Then from there, I went to another slum somewhere huku Donholm, and I went to another mama. We used to go and buy, they call it changa. It's going to changa. So I went, alikuwa nauza na this container ya jik. You know jig? So ilikuwa naekwa ndani. So if you want one full jig, anakuletea. So he gave me, nikamwambia lete jig moja. He gave it to me. Nikaweka kwa glasi. I drank. Then from there I came out. When I was coming back, I met with another Somali. He used to sell drugs. Hizo mad drugs and what? Hizo zote. Paka zile za inject yourself. Heroin, all those. He was selling them. I'd never taken hizo. So when he saw me, you know, people used to know me. So when he saw me, akanambia, hey, Rasta. Leo iko ingine kali, you know. Then akanipea tu kadawa kamoja. I don't know what it was, but kadrag tu hivi. Akanambia shika. I gave him 200 shillings. Then nikaiswallow. From there, let me tell you, my sister, I can't tell you. Nilikama nilienda blank. But I can remember at night around 7. I can remember very well. I found myself in Umoja One Estate. Okay. Umoja One Estate. And I was walking. Then I reached a place. I found these security guys. When they saw me, they used to know me. So wakatoa mshale like this. And wakafanya hivyo. Then they said, Rasta, stop. So me, I stopped. Then they told me, ukipita hapa tunakuua rasta. Nikamwambia no, mimi ni Kiswahili, mimi sina ubaya. I'm just passing. So akaniuliza, rasta unaenda wapi? I told them I'm going to see a friend in that plot and those houses. Wakaniuliza, is it true? I told them yes. And that time I'm staggering, yani I'm drunk under the influence of hizo vitu zote. Yeah. So wakanambia rasta, tukisikia anything tunakuua. Nikamwambia ni sawa, mimi hakuna kitu nafanya. So they allowed me. So I entered in one of the plots in Umoja. And when I entered, nikiangalia mbele hivi, I saw a woman coming out of her house. So when she saw me, ni kama kidogo aliogopa because of the way I was looking. Hata kama ni wewe unaona jamaa amevaa rasta inafika huku na ni mlevi and is staggering na anakuja, automatically you know this is not a good man. So this woman akawa na wasiwasi. Akawa na wasiwasi. Then mimi nikakuja tu, and her also she came. Na tukapitana. So she went outside, me I went straight inside her house. I don't know whether there were people inside the house. I don't know, but I entered the house. And when I entered the house, I found there was this big system, radio system. Kubwa, I think alikuwa mjadu. Mjadu ndo wanapenda.
Zo kubwa.
So I don't know how I disconnect. I managed to disconnect it. I disconnected it. I don't know how I managed to get a bag in that house.
But you got it.
I got a
So
bag.
you had all this time.
Yes, I had all that time. And you know, sina ile woga. I took my time. So I picked it, put it inside the bag, nikazip your bag, and I carried it. And I came out of the house. So when I came out of the house, that lady, the owner of that house, tukapitana. Hakujua nimetoka nyumba yake. So when we passed each other, so when I was coming out of the main gate, this woman alipoingia kwake, she realized that her radio system, it's gone. So she came out screaming. She was screaming, Moizi, I don't know, nimeibiwa, what. Then
the Messiahs
outside there wakaniambia, wakafanya mshala hivi, wakaniambia rasta tutakuwa leo, tulikwambia. So I dropped the bag down and nikapiga magoti chini, nikainua mkono, nikamwambia I'm sorry, munisamee tu. Then this woman came out, akasema hii ni yangu, huyu ameiba. So this security wa Masai, unajua ni wa Masai, wale wa Masai wametoboa masikio hivi. They started beating me. I tell you, I was beaten. Unajua ile vita inaitwa mob justice. Yes, mob justice. I was beaten. Then one of the Masais took a whistle and akaanza to blow the whistle. Then people came out from their houses. Many people came out of their houses and they began beating me. Mob justice. I was beaten. I fell down there. And you know, when you are under the influence of these things, even if somebody beats you,
you don't really feel.
You don't feel the pain. Maybe utakuja ku feel the following day. So they were beating me. Walinipiga, wakanipiga. Then I saw a man carrying a bottle of paraffin. He came and me niko pale chini. I'm trying to wake up. I cannot. I'm struggling. Imagine this man came with a bottle of paraffin. Poured it on my head. On my head and my nini. Then they began to chant. They began to say, Achomwe, Rasta Achomwe, Rasta Achomwe. So I tell you, I was beaten. My face was swollen. I was bleeding all over. So one person began to say, leteni tire. Look for a tire. Bring a tire to ekeliu jamaa tuchome. So let me tell you, they looked for a tire. Tire haikupatikana. Then this woman, when she heard that leteni tire, she knelt down. This woman, mwenye hiyo nini, she knelt down and lifted her hands. Akasema, jameni, huyu ni kijana mdogo, msimuue, wachaneni na yeye. Don't kill her, bora nimepata kitu yangu. Those guys, unajua, they are merciless. Asema, hey mama, kaa kando, tumemshika leo. So I was beaten, and there was no tire that was found.
So uko na paraffin, but they're still beating you.
They're still beating me na niko na paraffin. Sasa wanangojea, they're looking for tire. Paka wanakulihia, paka wanauliza hata baskeli, hakuna mtu ana baskeli ama pikipiki hapa tumwekelee. I tell you, me I can say it is God. Alishikilia that tire was not found.
Yeah.
So these guys, you are beaten by people until wanachoka. Yani watu walichoka wakaenda. I was left there.
Wow.
Alone with the security guys. Yeah, so me I'm down there. And these security guys wananiangalia paka wanajua ile tu hata wamenihurumia. Wanashinda huyu jamaa. I'm lying down there. Then I lifted my head. Nikaangalia, nikaona people are gone. Nikaambia Masai, these Masai guys, please help me just niamuke, then mimi niende. So these guys waliniamsha. They lifted me up and they told me, where Rasta aenda, ile siku tutakupata hapa, leo umepona. And the day we'll get you here again,
we'll kill you.
We will kill you now. Wakanambia una bahati Rasta, weenda. So I started walking, staggering. Even I don't know where I'm going, where I'm heading. Staggering. I can remember very well in one of the markets in Umoja, kuna hiyo mtaro inapita drainage system. I came and I fell inside. Yeah, nikaanguka ndani na nikalala hivi tena nikajipindua. So I slept nikiangalia juu. So water was passing through me. And you know any maji ya taka.
Mali zile panya zinafanya.
Yeah, panya, pampers, everything. You can imagine all those stuff.
Yeah.
So I was, because naingia tu kwa mdomo mimi nimelala. I don't know whether I was dead or what. I don't know. But I slept there the whole night until the following day, early in the morning, 5, 6. Yeah, so 6, these women were city council of Nairobi. Ajua mama wanafagiaga nini. So these women, they were coming to sweep hiyo mtaro, kusafisha. So when they reached that place, they saw me and they thought that I'm dead. So wakakimbia. So unajua Nairobi when kunakuwa na vitu kama hizo, watu
people come.
Yeah, somehow. People come. So people came, gathered there, wanasemezana tu amekufa nini no. So I was there. You know, when I give this testimony, sometimes I feel like crying. I get so emotional because it took the hand of God. Yeah, so when I was there, policemen, they were on patrol and they walikuwa na gari yao. So when they were passing there, wakaona watu. So they stopped, they came. Kwa hiyo mtaro mali nimelala. Wakauliza, is this man dead or what? So I'm told, this whatever I'm telling you, I was told by somebody who was there. Yeah, because me, I could not feel myself. So this policeman came, ile gari yao wakageuza wakarudisha na nyuma hivi now. Now they say, now this man is dead, we want to take him to city mortuary. So when they came, now they were to lift me, carry me, and waniweke kwa hiyo gari wanipeleke city mortuary. Then one of them akasema, policeman. One of them said, no, ngoja kidogo. So this policeman came to me, aka feel my heartbeat. Yeah. Alifaka aliweka kichwa hapa, masikio. Akasema, this man is hajakufa.
He's alive.
This man is alive, lakini roho yake anaweza kufa wakati wowote. Roho yake inapiga kwa mbali. So I'm told this policeman alienda kwa duka na pesa yake. He bought milk. He brought this milk. Mali niko. He opened my mouth. Akafungua ile maziwa. Akanijaza ingine inaingia ingine inatoka. Then after 5 minutes nikaanza kugain that conscious. So nikaanza nafungua macho nashindwa niko wapi. Macho ilikuwa imefura hii kabisa. So I'm wondering, where am I? So wananiuliza, where Rasta, because of the Rasta the recorders. Where Rasta? Kwenyu ni wapi? I could not speak. So I could only hear what they were saying. So nikasikia one policeman asking, kuna mtu anaweza kuwa anajua huyu jamaa? Then this person who was there, I used to be a shopkeeper. We used to go and buy some things kwake where we were staying. By the way, we used to stay in Tena Estate. Tena Estate. So akasema, I know him. Najua mpaka kwao. So this policeman akwambia ingia gari yetu tupeleke mpaka kwao. So me, I'm left there. So the policeman together with this man or shopkeeper, they went up to our place. They found my mom, my dad. 6 in the morning, they were still hata wajaamka. I think they had traveled the previous day. So wakabisha pale, then kafunguliwa. Then my dad akakuja akaambiwa, there is somebody na ni kijana wako. Tunataka uje uconfirm kabisa kama ni kijana wako. Kama ni wako mchukue mpeleke hospitali. Shukuru Mungu mzee because he is alive, but hayuko sawa. So my dad used to have a Peugeot 504. So I could follow the policeman na hiyo gari ya mpaka umoja uko chini. So where I was, when my dad looked at me, my dad alistuka. Akauliza those askaris, policemen, is he alive? Akaambia mzee, kijana wako wako sawa, wewe chukua peleka hospitali. My dad told me he even feared touching me. Yeah, he feared because of the way nilikuwa nakaa. So my dad akarequest watu tu hapo wakanibeba wakaniingiza kwa gari yake hiyo Peugeot 504. So my dad drove mpaka kwa hao. Kufika kwa nyumba, he knocked the gate, the main gate. My sister came and opened. My brother also walked, our siblings, they came out. Then my dad akaambia my brother, my twin brother, go and carry your brother together with our elder sister. And then mumbebe. So when they came, they opened that mlango, the 504. When they saw me, they ran away. They said, Dad, kwani mtu amekufa na unamlete hapa? Akamwambia, no, he's alive. You can imagine damu imekauka huko kwa uso, nimefura, snow. Yeah. They ran, literally they ran to the house. But my dad commanded them, akamwambia, no, you have to carry him. So my brother akagada strength with my sister. They came, they carried me. And nikapelekwa mpaka kwa my bedroom. Kaachwa hapa. You know what my dad said? My dad looked at me and he said, George, umenisumbua miaka mingi. I'm not taking you to the hospital. If it means dying, you die. I'll take you to Langata Cemetery. And my dad akafunga mlango na akaishia. I was there.